Today, the 2nd of March, we're up here in Liscully. We're actually below Liscully Bridge. And that's a stream all the way down there. The water's sort of on the low side today, but there's still a chance of a fish being lying about and coming off the tides further on down, which we'll be going very shortly. It's a long time since I've seen a hare, and there's one going across the field over there, doing about 90 miles an hour. He just came out from the river bank here where I was. Now he's saddled now between those two. He can't get over the fence, that's what's wrong. Great to see you here. Now he's way on up the other, up along the fence. And as we move further down towards the steps, there's all kinds of wildlife here. And I don't know what kind of burrow this is. It looks like fox. It's very, very, very big to be a rabbit, isn't it? And if it is fox, well, this is usually cub time of the year. There's more trackings over here. Yeah. But look at the claw mark there. Where are we? There. See? So that could be a badger. And there's no smell of foxes about, so possibly is a badger. Badgers usually have old straw and stuff like that there, pushed out and pulled out from the burrow itself. See what's out in the field. Yeah. But you can also get foxes living along with the badgers. They seem to sort of get on well together. They thole each other, you know. Beautiful countryside on this, and it's mild, the 2nd day of March 2012. And I have the whole river to myself. And that's from that little hut down, like, you know, that there's private waters. The fin anglers are up around the corner there, but, you know, at the far side, but the steps you call down here, round around the corner. Private at the far side, but the fin anglers have it all the way down to Tidal. So we'll go down to the clearing now. And this is the corner just above the steps at Liscully as we move further on down. And it's pretty expensive for to be a member of that private club at the far side. Private waters. But you've got it all here, look. Fishing, spinning, even throwing a fly even across that there on the way down. As a fish would come up around that corner there, it'd be tending to sort of rest here for a little while before moving on. What's the chances of hooking a fish? Just about there. She comes up the streams there, look, and lies just about there. Even this corner here. it would be the perfect spot. There's not much tracking down around here for the second day of the fishing season. Down around that corner there we've got another about, I suppose, 300 yards or possibly more until the tidal waters. And here you've got beautiful streams here, look, fin anglers. And there's no tracks down along there as I was coming down. So you're talking prime waters here, and it's just that wee bit too far for those that just can't walk too much or don't feel like walking too much. People tend to stay close to bridges, just like the Locks Agency and, you know, guys with even protection. So if I was a poacher, I'd be well out of the way, because you'd know you'd cut down the chances by 90% actually of getting confronted by a fishery officer. And they only want to be just doing their job, and they only get paid so much anyway, so really at the end of the day. And it's been a long winter. And even though it's new to the angler that starts on the first day of March, them guys are driving around all winter time. Nice stream, buddy. And I've cut the whole hand of myself, huh? And I'll tell you why that I've cut myself so much. Coming down the river, I was carrying this. And it's good to carry this when you're redding up little bits of trees and branches, but preferably with a guard on it, just for a bit of pruning down along the bank. Only of course Dan here made a blunder. And this is what we're using today, look. Single hook. According to a young angler at the far side, fishing at the far side, he's doing pretty well, hooking fish with a single hook. And he's got actually used to letting fish go now. And the man used to have his couple of fish nearly every day. But that was then, and this is now. I've got the whole river to myself here today. Not a beam near me. Seen a lovely hare, as I say, coming down that fin there, down along the bank. Cut a few branches. I'm now going to move on down to the tidal water. All belong to the fin anglers. Now, isn't that good water or what? Further down again, another little piece of water that some angling clubs would pay any money for and would love to have. We've got it all here on our own doorstep. And there's another hut down there, still belong to the fin anglers. And all you have to do to join this club is put in a little application, send it to me, even at danny@foylefishing.com, and I'll pass it on. I'll do my best for anybody to get in. You need anglers at the river for protection. There's a wee trout out there just after showing. Takes the angler to protect the river. Has to be there. A poacher's dream would be all anglers going away, because they're the biggest torture that ever walked in 2 feet in a poacher's mind. Like, you must remember, I used to be a poacher years ago, and my biggest torture was anglers. And now they've all gone away, and I'm standing here wishing they were back. We're now at the very end of the water, and I hear something nearly scared the hair. Look, a longhorn. I never seen horns on a cow as long as that there for 50 years. Wonder, possibly a ghost. Anyway, getting back to reality here. There's the streams down there. That's your last streams before you just go straight into the tide. And there's waters there, fish come up there. What a lovely sweeping bend. Fly rod at the very top there. Walk it all the way down. So you're talking one of the best sections of the whole river. On the river fin, second day of March, as I say. Beautiful day, and the heat. And your little hut there, look, sit down there with your cup of tea and take your little rods there, look, and have to spend the whole day to yourself. What more can a man ask for? And down below that island there is just calm water all the way down to Lifford Bridge, which is about possibly 7 or 8 miles away. It's all calm water, bar a little bridge, a little bit at Claddy Bridge and Dunny plus Castlefin. But that's the end of the day. Look, the tide pushes up to actually in front of that island. These rocks, you know, big tides right under these rocks. And then look at that there. Superb water, superb. And there's actually something showed away down at the very, very tide, just at the start of the tide below the island there. There's something broke the water down below it. You mightn't see it in the camera, but I can see it. But there you are. This is really more or less for the new members that have joined the Fin Anglers this year. And when you do get here, just enjoy it all. You'll have to walk a little bit. Now that's probably about 1.25 miles I've walked down there. And as I said earlier on, nobody likes walking. Well, you have to walk to get results. And after all that walking, right down below the steps near Liscully, we're back up to Liscully Bridge again, and the beginning of one section of one side of the river belonging to the Fin Anglers here in County Donegal. And look at those streams there. And that just, you can actually wade down this side of it. And the main run is 3/4 of the way, so you'll be just dropping the fly over there and letting her swing down around. Beautiful day today. And for anybody that wants to join this club, I even heard that they're taking in members from as far away as Germany and France and anywhere in Europe actually. So if you're watching this here from some other country, even England, Scotland, wherever, whatever, you've got a chance of joining this club. What the catch and release has done really at the end of the day has got rid of all the people that were fishing for monetary benefit. There's 33 extra members, new members that have joined the Fun Anglers this year, and every one of them is just fishing for the enjoyment of it. And the loyalties don't lie with clubs around this part of the country. Men drop away and simply because they can't take a salmon home with them. And yet and all, they'll go to the moor and they'll kill 25, 30 fish, and eventually that river will be destroyed with overfishing, overkilling, when there should be actually only 1 or 2 tags. But try to get that through to the fisheries head. They just won't. It won't sink into them. They're destined just to get the river, all rivers, destroyed and closed. I think that's what they're actually aiming for, actually. A closure for the whole system. But then why did we give them so much money? They're supposed to enhance the spawning beds further up, and all these little tributaries that run into the likes of the Finn, even into the top of the Derg and whatnot, and the top of the Strull, Old Killoo. I don't know. You don't ask the man that's mad about soccer to go and manage a golf club. Or do you? They've obviously done that here. That's the end of the little trip for today anyway, so I'll go back up to the van and we'll try to get this here sorted out for this evening. See if we can get it on for a little bit of information for you. Okay.